The Mageseeker, a League of Legends story. The Mageseeker is the second game in the League of Legends universe not developed by Riot Games. A year and a half ago, Ruined King was released by Airship Syndicate, who was previously created by Battle Chasers Night War. For the second project, a budding indie studio was also chosen. The Digital Sun team that released Moonlighter invited the mobile fans to learn more about the past of Stylus, who throw off the shackles of the rebel. Fans of League of Legends probably know the backstory of the character, but the rest should tell it. In the Kingdom of Demacia, magic hunters send anyone who uses magic to prison. Silas, being a very young boy, accidentally found out that he was able to control someone else's magic, and when the hunters discovered this, he spent 15 years behind bars. He managed to escape only thanks to a friend named Lux, whose magical power he stole. Silas wants to take the revenge on the offenders. He sets fire to the capital of Demacia and is looking for allies who will help him to kill the World Eldred, the leader of the Mage Hunters. It is in the burning capital that the Mageseeker begins. First, Silas met the runemaker Leilani, then he met the blacksmiths and other rebels who have set up the camp in the safe place. The story can hardly be called exciting, especially if you are not a fan of the universe. The dialogues are realistic, and the theme of revenge has already been revisited more than once in other games. But fans of League of Legends will certainly be pleased with the narrative. They will see the several familiar characters and even fight with them. The Mageseeker is an action game with RPG elements. When you talk to everyone in the camp and bought all the necessary goods, you go to the table on the main square and choose a task. Plot a side. Usually it's a linear level with a couple of branches leading to secrets. You can either find the chest with the money tree or the one collectibles, which are silver winged birds. In League of Legends, Silas is able to steal enemy ultimates and use them against opponents. In this game, he steals any magic. Of course, he is also capable of beating opponents with chains, but this is not the most effective way to fight. Creatures and magicians here use 6 different elements, which the protagonist also gains access to all the time, and the game has such a thing as the opposite elements. It is not difficult to guess what it is. Fire defeats ice, ice extinguishes fire, and so on. Therefore, when you stumble upon a group of enemies, there are usually carriers of several elements among them. At some point, I met 2 magicians and a large creature. I defeated the magicians immediately, because they are frail, and then for a long and a dry peek for the monster with chains, not always successfully dodging his attacks. He eventually defeated me, and I decided to change tactics. I stole magic from wizards and applied it to the creature. It turned out that in this case, it dies in a matter of seconds. Then it became clear that the mechanics were added for a reason. Someone will still have to be beaten with regular attacks, but it's advisable not to do this with all opponents, otherwise the battles will drag on. The stolen magic appears in the runesmith shop. If you have gone far enough in the game and accumulate the required amounts of money, you can permanently unlock certain spells and carry them with you. These moves require you to fill up the mana bar, and the process is very fast, especially if your enterprise fights hits with chains of strong attacks. And towards the middle of the game, another gauge opens up, allowing you to chain newbie enemies with chains and deal a lot of damage to them, although this move does not feel too crushing. Another way to cast magic on enemies is to use the companion moves. You meet them in the story and take them with you on the all things, choosing them from the list, but at the levels themselves partners are not visible. They only improve the performance by increasing the damage from some type of spell, and also allow you to use the special combinations. For example, pressing the dash, light strike and heavy strike buttons will cause Silas to fire a mystical projectile, and after 3 light strikes and 1 strong strike, Silas